Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us for this month's session of Ask Aleš. My name is Azure. I'm another WikiTree team member, and I'm just filling in for our regular host, Greg Clarke. And of course, we have the genius behind WikiTree Plus, Aleš. If you're new to this series, WikiTree Plus is an independent service offered by Aleš that produces suggestions and offers other tools. If anyone has questions during this broadcast, please start your question with Q in the live chat, and we'll be able to, it'll stand out for us there. So it looks like from August post in the GTG, we have one question from Patty. And it's about his one name study, the O'Day name study. And I know Patty is in the chat, so that's great. It's a kind of a long question here. But I think Aleš already kind of has it worked out the answer. So you want to switch over to your screen?
Okay, just let me get the questions so I can read them. Okay, so Paddy
this is the one about
had a lot of questions about how the last name at birth is changed into WikiTree ID. Basically, the only allowed, when you enter your last name at birth, like ODA, it is stripped of all separators, including spaces, I think. Just let me check again. No. Okay, so it is all the spaces are removed from the name, and that creates the base for WikiTree IDs, and it establishes the correct number that is used. So if you write with apostrophe or with blank or underline, it is let me show here in the database how it's organized. Okay, so we have user last name at birth is like this, but then we have the count for each forum. So basically, these are the apostrophes remain, blanks remain, but yeah. Let's sort by user ID. I have another sort somewhere. Okay. Let's remove. Okay, so like this is the normal name, and so OD with apostrophe is one forum of last name at birth, and the count grows for it. Now, if it's entered without a separator, like a single word, it has its own WikiTree number count for the number. And here we can see how this one continues with 73, 74, and so on. And if it's without the blank, it has a third with a blank and without a blank. So this one and this one, they do have Actually, blank is considered as a separator, so it uses it continues with the number, so from 81 to 82, and so on. So there are a few rules when, and this one is with special separators that are entered as Unicode characters. So this is apostrophe in probably some in some other script, not in Latin. So.
All right.
And those are stored separately. Those are usually held percent and number or two numbers in the WikiTree ID. So that's the base system on how the name is, how WikiTree is assigned. So then we have also user the sort name, which is the name with stripped of all separators and characters, which is used then on WikiTree itself for if, for instance, here, if we go to the for the genealogy pages, so let's correct this OD. So now here we should get all variations of OD names with blank and without blanks.
Gotcha.
So that's basically how WikiTree ID is created for each unique one. Of course, it's a problem is for this that are with Unicode, because there are a few other versions of the
Apostrophe.
of apostrophe, yes. So I know that. Let me check. Okay, these are all. Where are they? On the next page. So now we should see them. Nope, we don't. They are here after the space. So.
All right.
Here we can see them. We have quite a few. So one is with 8217, and this one is also with 8217, but it has additional space in the name.
Oh, right.
So these are usually, if the user writes something strange, it can get into WikiTree ID. It used to be, now the cleanup of the last name is much better, but during the long time ago, it used to be not so perfect. So there could be some, I think you can no longer create such a profile today with apostrophe and blank. There are some more restrictions on the format, but those change over time. There are several reasons. I mean, from beginning, they didn't even predict such entries. After after we saw that could be okay. Here we have with blank before the apostrophe also.
Right.
Is blank and apostrophe.
So just some cleanup, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. We don't do cleanup on the database. The entries are as they are. You can change the last name, and it will get renamed. But with the sort version of last name, you should get so in this on the genealogy page for OD, you should get all profiles that have this name, with blank or without blank.
Okay.
And in all variations of apostrophe, except probably the one with the Unicode character.
Apostrophe.
That one
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about that one. Because we have to consider Unicode characters that are in different script also as regular last names, so it works also for other languages.
So he was asking about, can wildcards be used anywhere in order to find all variants of your name?
Okay, so searches are possible on WikiTree. Here I don't know exactly, but I think you have to match the name pretty close to get the correct. So
but you could do a search in WikiTree Plus and then do an output to Excel, right?
So here we can search for ODA, and we should also get I think most of the variations, if not all of them, because I think the sort name is used for searching here.
Gotcha.
And on WikiTree Plus, you have here, I have whole word search, so you should just enter the name, like like 2 words, and we should get all of those. So, now it's searched on all fields, so here we should add last name at birth equals and with quotations, double quotes. So we will get now all with OD, with apostrophe, with blank, or any
with all variation.
with any character, any separator on the second place. Because here I perform whole word search. Now this returns 1600 profiles, and without the blank, if you search it as a single word, then you get the other 37 profiles that have it as a whole word without apostrophe. So you could also join both together using OR and do it like this, and now we will get them all combined. So that was 1670 profiles. Now the number here is smaller than before when I was looking in SQL database, because some of these profiles are unlisted and those are not part of the public database that is used by WikiTree Plus. That's here it found 1800 profiles altogether. But those are unlisted, so even if you know the WikiTree ID, you cannot see it. You just get the ID.
Right.
So this is how to find it.
And he has what changes are made when turning the LNAB into the first part of the WikiTree ID. So where the space replaced by the underscore.
What? I didn't quite understand. What if? Can you ask again?
So he says, what changes are made when turning the last name at birth into the first part of the WikiTree ID? And then he has
that's what I explained at the beginning. So apostrophe space and space also remains. But I think other separators are, I don't know if they are they forbidden already on input. I don't think you can enter the last name at birth with, I don't know, question mark, for instance.
Right. Okay, and the next question he has is, why are there no ID or URL links on unlisted profiles?
Well, they are unlisted, so they are private, and they cannot be result of a search or something. You cannot see them unless you are on their trusted list.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe no, but this I don't know if this is living OD. So this is unlisted profile. I don't know. Maybe I can see a bit more of the data since I am CSOP, but regular users usually don't get any more info, like except that there exists a profile.
Right. Okay, so the next question is, did the process of assigning WikiTree IDs change at some stage to remove the possibility of such ambiguities so that the next number assigned is now based only on the alphabetical characters in the LNAV, whatever non-alphabetical characters used between the O and the D?
I think it changed a few times since the beginning, but I don't think it changed recently. I think before I came on WikiTree, so before 2015, it changed. The process changed a few times because there were some bugs. Now, after in the recent time, the only change was when we upgraded the PHP on the database servers. There, the Unicode standard changed. They added new alphabets and so on. So. And as a result of that, we have some problem with Gruzian profiles, I think, but otherwise it remains unchanged all the time because this is, I think it's, the process is bulletproof now, so there's no need to change it anymore.
Okay, and then the next question was, is there any way using WikiTree Plus or otherwise of counting or listing all the legacy variant WikiTree IDs, which is what I think we already talked about?
Yeah. Okay. So here there is also a question about missing WikiTree IDs. So profiles, regular users can't delete profiles, but we as a CSOP, we can delete a profile. And that also happens in case of account closures and so on. If you choose to if you don't, if for instance unlisted profiles gets deleted unless there is another manager on them to take them over, and so profiles can be deleted, but not by regular users unless you close the account and choose the delete profiles there. Then some profiles can get deleted. So there can be gaps in the numbers, while other gaps that happen are usually due to rename of the profile. So when the last WikiTree ID changes, and there is a redirect that will bring you to the correct profiles at the end. Those redirect chains can be also longer a few times if a profile was renamed or merged a few times. So they're not they have gaps by design.
Okay, so the next question he has is, which search forms accept the WikiTree ID in which format, with or without wildcards in the last name field?
WikiTree Plus doesn't have wildcards in the, because we do I do a whole word search, so only whole words are searched for. So and we don't support wildcards. You can use OR if you want to add 2 variations or 3 or more. There is a possibility once you do extensive search using SQL command on WikiTree Plus. So like this here, we can use wildcard. So like birth location equals any text Azor and Azores. This will This means that the birth location ends with these ticks or contains this word and so on. So it is here in SQL search, you can use wildcards, while on the main index search, where you just enter the word, you can't.
Okay, and then he's asking, did some WikiTree IDs disappear due to GDPR motivated changes?
They did.
That
I
would be
think
yes.
when GDPR was implemented on WikiTree, I think approximately 1 million profiles were either changed to unlisted or deleted. I think children under 13 were all deleted, and the other profiles were were changed to unlisted.
Yeah. And then you already answered, how can there be an ODay 1908 and no ODay 6? Because it could have been deleted, basically, or removed. And there, he's asking, is there any help page where all of these conundrums are explained?
I don't think. I think maybe there is some documentation on the CSOP help, but not really much. This is just something we all know.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like there's a question in the chat. You want to take? Well, we could take that next.
Okay.
So Amanda's asking. She sometimes sees a surname in all capitals. Difference.
No, I mean it will be found on both searches on WikiTree and on WikiTree Plus. WikiTree Plus is completely case insensitive, while WikiTree is partially. I think on the last name, I think it is. Yeah, WikiTree is also case insensitive on searches, I think. But the WikiTree ID with the number must be, the capitalization of WikiTree ID must be correct. So, for instance, if we check this profile ODA4, if we would use capital D, it wouldn't find the profile because it must be lowercase. But on searches, this doesn't matter.
Okay, and then let's see here. Yes, Amanda, merging profiles would also create gaps in the numbers, right? Because it would be getting away with.
Yeah.
John just
but
mentions
it's a gap with the redirect. So if you enter the old WikiTree ID, you will still get to the final page.
Right. And John just says, I noticed the profile with all caps. He changed it to lowercase, and then the ID number did change.
Yeah, because
it does create a new profile because it's
last
fixing
name
that
at birth.
Right. All right. So the September post, I'm just going to hit refresh on. We have 3 questions. So Bill is asking, is it possible to restrict retrieval to profiles that are created more than a given number of days ago or earlier? If so, how is it done? It is assumed that other parameters in this query statement further restrict retrieval.
Okay, let's close all this. So yeah, we have so in WikiTree Plus, okay, created is the who was creator. That's not what we need here. Created. We have created 24. Yeah, okay. So we have creator, which is where you can put the WikiTree ID of user that created the profile. There is also a possibility to add the user ID that is in case of deleted users and so on, because their WikiTree ID no longer exists, but it can still be found by this number. Although probably I have to provide get that number for you. It is possible. So we had a case where a user was closed the account, and then all his profiles needed to be reviewed. So that's when I implemented this. And the third one is the created, which limits the profiles by a year when they were created. So this is this is what we can search for. This this table with examples is linked here on the question mark, so you can see them. So we can just use, so for instance, created 2024, get profiles. We can see here that last year there were 3.7 million profiles created, and here are first 500 of them. You can here enter any year. Yeah.
And then there's the profile creation SQL statement that you have on the help page too.
Mm-hmm. So this is to get this is the part where you can quickly search. Just, I mean, usually it was used for instance 2012. If someone wanted to review really old profiles, and now we have only profiles from that were created that year. Of course, there is this is kind of undefined in case of merges and so on, because there you joined a few profiles together, and I think the first year is the one that is listed as a created number. So this is this is the base part, how you can quickly limit just by a year the number of the profiles. Then we have some other useful queries for when it was last edited. So you can see the profiles that were not edited since 2008, for instance. If we still have those, let's try it. Well, we do. We still have 500 profiles that were never edited, that were not edited for now 13, 14 years. But those are probably because...
almost 17.
Yeah, but they're all unlisted. So because I think there were some users that were going through all those old profiles and improving them.
Oh, right.
But they were not able on unlisted ones. So we should combine this with open privacy to see if any open is. No, there isn't.
No
so
open
maybe
ones.
2009. 5. So so this is to get the creation date by year, but you can then refine the search by, I think it should be
profile creation section. Yeah.
In the profile creation section. So here are the SQL queries. So you can use the smaller than or bigger operator on the numbers. So you can, it's easier sometimes to limit it by that. Last edit. I don't have the actual creation date is here, not visible here, but let me check. It should be possible. So this is in bio. Bio last edit year, no, created year. This, and it's retrieved from created date. Created date is where? Also in bio. Let's increase this. Created date. I did add this one, so you could use the SQL query like for created date. Let's say smaller than 2025 August 1st. Okay, this will be the SQL part. Now if we go back to WikiTree Plus, which one is this one? So I lost the. So let's search for all the profiles that were created this year and add the SQL query with double quotes. It has to be in double quotes, and this filter, let's say before May 1st. Okay. Get profiles. Okay, it's too many of them. We have in 2025 there were 2.3 million profiles created, which is too much. The SQL query works only up to, I think, 200,000 profiles. So we have to add, let's say, England. So now we will have all England profiles that were created in 2025. Oh, still too much. Okay, let's try Scotland. Okay, so now we got so there were Scotland. There are 55,000 profiles were created this year that are in Scotland. And then with the SQL filter before May 1st, the number is lowered to 30,000 profiles. So, and here is 500 of them. So those are the possibilities to search by creation date.
Okay.
Maybe I should add this to the examples. Copy. Let's just edit this page. Okay, you can ask the next one.
Okay. So the next question is from Tommy, who is also in the chat. He wants to generate a list of members that have the mtDNA haplogroup that begins with H, or H1, or H1C, or H1C3. And then he has other different versions, H1C3A, H1C3AC.
Okay, so WikiTree Plus has the all the haplogroups are searchable. So if I enter H1, I will get all profiles that have haplogroup 1 listed. So here you can see this profile. So there should be. Okay, H1 is a very general expression, so it's better to use as we can see here in the DNA section of the search. You can use DNA equals prefix to limit to the DNA haplogroups, because H1 is probably appears somewhere else. So we can use DNA equals H1, and now we will get all H1 haplogroups. It was this on this profile. So that means that one of these tests must have haplogroup entered, but it's not necessarily visible on a profile because not all are listed, not all profiles. Yeah, here this is not replicated. DNA, empty DNA. So let's go a bit further. So H1C3. Okay. H1C3 was on 33,000 profiles. And if you check this profile, it should have. This one has H1. No, I don't. I mean, it should be here, but I think it's not displayed or something like that.
There may be more people attached to it than can be displayed on the page, maybe. So maybe it's seeing more than, because there's 20. Are all 20 on the page?
I mean, these are here are all tests that were replicated to this profile, and those are also searched. So, okay, we can try with this group, for instance, to see get profiles. I still have 17,000 of them. Okay. Yes, but these haplogroups are replicated here. There are some tests that don't display the haplogroup, but the haplogroup is entered. So maybe that's the reason we didn't see the H1 one, that one on the page. Gotcha. But they should basically be visible like this. So you can here list the, I mean, any haplogroup that is entered on the profile as the haplogroup you are searching for. Let's try with the last one here, H1C3. Okay. Yeah, this one was found. So, so that's how you can search for haplogroup, all profiles that have this haplogroup associated with the DNA test that is replicated to that profile. So,
okay, great.
This is basically this one. Now, here a problem is if you want to also search for instance, like this one, and also with the C. So one possibility would be to do it like or. So, okay, let's query just 3A. We have 600 instances of this haplogroup, and we can use OR separator and search also for 3AC. And then we will get them combined. So 30 more, so 690 profiles are now listed. Now, if you would want to use the asterisk to find all possible variations, it's not possible this way, but you can here limit. So let's search for profiles that have empty DNA test on them. how many are those? Of those are? Oh, that's again way too many. And then do we have here? Find DNA. Okay, these are last name and birth. No other DNA is here listed. Okay, but again, we can use additions. So here we have replicated type, replicated haplogroup. Yep. Okay, filter. So this is the correct expression. So we can use here again SQL equals and paste this one and use the H1 C3 A and asterisk. Okay. Oh, now I have to use single quotes here. Okay. Get profiles, it will be too many of them, so we have to limit ourselves also to England, for instance. So we have 1,300 and only 3 of them have a haplogroup like this.
Okay.
It can be something more on the haplogroup. Let's check it. Find. So this one has A. This one has also A. So in England, there are no haplogroups like this. Yeah, I don't know. So this is a possibility to use wildcards on haplogroups, either one of them, but you cannot check all profiles.
Have to restrict it a little bit just so it's not so much to turn through.
Okay, now I used is living, so that means these are just the profiles with either by test takers, probably test takers, because they are in public database, because those are all users. So here
Members,
with using is living limits the number, the profiles to not just replicate it to living profiles, to members, to WikiTree members. So, and here we found 11 of them. Is that, yeah, that should be correct.
Okay. All right.
We can probably here now remove a letter or two.
Open it up.
Oh, actually, I have to use it like this. 379 H1C. H1C1. So this one was, I queried for H1C, and H1C1 was found.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a starting string.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I should also
So
put
we
this
have
one on the help page since it's not there already.
All right. So the next question we have is from the live chat. Denise is asking about using EditBot to perform a change because they're having to manually do it of a category that was changed. They're having to manually go through and change them. And it's just a template.
What's the question? Changed. Yeah.
So Denise, what category?
That's they just
is that,
changed the
Denise?
name of the category, and the category contained 50,000 profiles, and that's something I agree with Chris that we will not change such huge quantities of data without. I mean, if it would be really necessary, I would change it, but it's just the name change. So I didn't do that change because that would 50,000 profiles.
Gotcha.
It would take EditBot 1 week to correct. So that's just way too many.
Okay. And then we have another person in the chat with a question. Are the Norway location name checks done or still in progress?
Norway, I think we added Norway to the location table. So here in reports, we have location tables. Norway. So we do recognize all these name variations, and check on those are checked on profiles. But there, I guess this is related to the Scandinavian project asked to create separate reports on for Scandinavian countries. So, for instance, if we go to suggestion lists, Europe, Scandinavia. So for Sweden, we created separated reports for Sweden. I was asked to create for all of Scandinavian countries, but others did not have the region separation done. So it was done for Norway, so we now have it, but the reports are not created yet because they didn't come back to ask for them. I prepared these tables, so errors are checked for them, and yeah, these are so if the location is just Westfold, it creates a suggestion 617. So when the project will ask confirm that the locations are now good, they're happy with them, I will prepare the reports for them.
So there's an expansion on the question here. Never realized you can look at the location name tables. Some issues showing for be called wrong, and some weird historical stuff got mixed up. So just get with you basically about those.
Yeah, I mean, the table is here. I can, editing of the table is limited to me, so I have to add a new item here or whatever. I usually do it in cooperation with the project. or also if someone asks for it in G2G, I usually do the change if it's reasonable, because we do have some rules what's okay, what's not,
Yeah.
but basically we do I enter what's asked of me.
Okay.
You can hear
Denise.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, okay. I just want
Denise is just saying they've got it down to 35K. Will you
Yeah,
change it now?
I noticed that it's dropping. I really don't know why you are doing so much editing for just organizational thing. I mean, I would leave those profiles in two categories and search both of them. But
okay, and then Tommy's asking a question: is tree days a searchable item in WikiTree Plus? The new feature.
3 days. No, it's not.
Not.
Why would you search for that?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
To see what everybody's tree days are, or to have a report about it. I don't know. Ravonda is asking. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, you have the badges, so you can see which users have which badge. Actually, I think those badges should be searchable on WikiTree Plus, right? But it's not from badges. Okay. So we should have 3 days. The 3 days. Okay, 94.19. So we have here the 900 days. It's 1,700 users probably. Why are there two numbers?
Oh, he's asking how many people have 899 tree days. So that wouldn't be a badge. That would just be how many people are almost at the 900 tree day, or about ready to be assigned the badge. Yeah, we don't.
Well, probably. So 2,900 minus 1,900, so approximately 1,000 people are between 600 and 900.
There you go. Okay, and then Ravonda is asking, what is the update on the change in the location database?
What is the update? I don't understand the question.
Yeah, so Ravonda, can you?
Well, once I'm asked to add an item, I can add it, and next database dump is processed by the new location table. So on Tuesday, it will be actually the changes will be seen on WikiTree Plus.
Gotcha. All right, and then we did have one more. We did have one more question about confirming that the duration of the sourceathon, all of the other trackers will be turned off, basically.
Yes, they are for sourceathon always, while for other challenges that have automated tracking, they are not. The reason for that is not that we would want to prevent those challenges to work on profiles, but on first and thon, I think the users were just clicking all of the trackers, and
Yeah.
when they so the challenge statistics were completely unusable after that. So we decided then that we should we suspend all other challenges in the tracker during the source-a-thon.
And the source-a-thon is coming up. Just going to give a plug. It's coming up October 3rd to the 6th, and registration is open. So a way to search for unsourced in WikiTree Plus, just as a way to have something to work on. We have, let's say, if you want to find unsourced profiles for a state like Washington State, you can search by region equal Washington, and
well, first of all, you can
right?
use unsourced lists here on WikiTree Plus. This is on everything that is produced by WikiTree Plus on WikiTree has this template at the beginning, and here you have unsourced lists, and here then you have done for each region, country, whatever we have the report. And so in these reports there are first category for that region. So if the category for Alberta unsourced profiles exists, it does, and it has 26 profiles in them, so they are listed here. Then I also searched the unsourced profiles category, which has over 1 million profiles, and cross-link that with location Alberta. And these are the resulting profiles. So these profiles are in unsourced category, but not in the region one. But they are for Alberta. So this is another way to find them. And also suggestions. Yeah. Here also links to profiles that have suggestions 800, 2, and 3 are added. That those are really short profiles, under 100 bytes, I think. So the bio is basically empty for those profiles, and it cannot be sourced if the bio is empty. So
right, exactly.
This is not sourced. Okay,
but
this one is empty. So those are also listed here, even though they don't have the unsourced category. And recently we added the 130 suggestions here. Those are profiles without dates. So here we have profiles that they have location Alberta, but no dates. So if there are no dates, it also can't be sourced.
Yeah. And you can, like, if you want to work in a, if you're working on a name study, you just do last name at birth equal that last name. And then unsourced is the magic term or magic word that would find unsourced.
The other possibility is here on profile search. So you just search for unsourced, and it will find 1 million unsourced profiles, and you add to that England and Scotland.
Yeah, and then you can put or last name at birth, so that you can, if you're working on like a name study, for example, if you're looking for people all the same last name.
Or you can do, I mean, you can do then any query here. So you can search for England and United States, and we'll find profiles that migrated from England to United States and source those, for instance.
Very cool. Yeah, so you can really narrow down what you want to work on.
So from England to New York, you get 300 people that migrated there. There can be cases that the migration was in the other way, but most of them is to US.
Yeah, so you can really narrow in on what you're
whatever
interested
you
in
want
working
to
on. Like,
do.
yeah, like if you want to work on notables, you could search for notables as source.
Well, actually, you can start with your WikiTree ID. So you can first source so unsourced
that are related to
WikiTree
you.
ID. So these are 16 of my unsourced profiles.
Gotcha.
Or you can even use ancestors. Or you can search for unsourced profiles on your ancestors. Okay, I don't think I did it correctly. Let's see, relation.
Or your ancestors are all sourced.
Ancestors. Yeah, that's also possible. Let's try ancestors on someone else.
Robinson 27225 is
okay,
mine.
so you can for ancestors of any profile, you can check if there is any ancestor unsourced. So and work on those. A lot of possibilities.
Yeah. Okay, so Amanda has a question, and then we probably better wrap it up. She's asking, what does a country suggestion section unknown region mean?
That means that the region was not recognized. So this is for instance, here in location table, we have Norway and the regions of the in Norway. So Norway, if the location ends with Norway, it should have also the one of the predefined regions. Otherwise, if you would just use the city Norway, that would be flagged as unrecognized region because it can be in many regions. Like if you would search for, I don't know, London, United States, let's search for that. So we have, okay, this is colonial, but it has a state here. So this is correct. If the state would be missing, then it would report unknown region because it can be ambiguous location probably or something like that. We did agree that we should use country, region, city. So the forum of location is known and should be. Those are unknown regions are listing the profiles that where it's not clear what is which London it is, because we have here other London, also in Pennsylvania. No, this one is actually I should use this birth location equals London, United States. So we have Connecticut, Iowa. I mean, it's in many, many regions. We can actually analyze that if you use group by field. And if we birth region, okay. Show. So we have in Connecticut is 1,600 profiles, Ohio 400, Kentucky 300, and so on. So that's the unknown region is used for. So these are in United States. These are probably with unknown region. Location is New London, United States. Which one?
All right. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to go over your suggestion news and updates?
I
news?
did quickly check them before. No, this is Aleš. Okay, so what do we have here? In August, what was new? Edit bot, location table. I improved the calculation of missing comma in the location. So quite a few suggestions were added automatically. Before I had to explicitly write those cases in location table. Now I do general search for them. Norway regions were added to location table. Karen Hoy is now back as project coordinator for Data Doctors project, and she's continuing to produce the Data Doctors videos. So we have 2 new ones here, which you can have a look, and they are also listed here on the suggestion page. Report. Yeah, and with the suggestions. So here, if we go to suggestions, so here you have a video for those suggestions that have the video, so you can watch it and get a better idea how to correct them. It's also on the report page usually. Just look for this icon. So now the production of Data Doctor videos is continuing. Aleš, correct. Okay, I mean nothing significant. Project statistics didn't work for a while. I corrected those. I improved some URL checking with the redirects. In case of redirects, I found a case where I was not checking it correctly, so those were corrected and a few hundred suggestions were removed from the report. And I also supported the CAPTCHA, the checking for CAPTCHA of in AWS host style CAPTCHA. So those are no longer reported as errors. And that's all. That was recent changes.
All right. Well, it looks like we don't have any more questions, and looks like we can go ahead and wrap up.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and be sure to come back to the channel tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the Saturday roundup for your roundup crew. And I guess that's all we have to share. We'll see everybody around the tree. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Thanks for